we start in despair. Not just a predicament, but despair. Oh God, you have rejected us. You have broken our defenses. You've been angry. So the Israelites are facing a military defeat, and they think God is on our side. And if we have struggled so mightily, it must be that God has left us. You make the land to quake. You have torn it open, repair its breaches. You have made your people see hard things. Now just notice verse 3 right there. Have you ever noticed that before? And that's not mainly what this sermon is about. But there's a verse to give expression to your life. If you don't need verse 3 right now, live long enough, and there will be a time where you need verse 3. Lord, you have made us to see some hard things. And so David is praying very honestly. We've suffered defeat. We're in this mess. Seems like you've left us. By your providential care, you have made us to see hard things. Notice the writers in the Old Testament, when they face difficulty and tragedy and the hardest things in life, they never reach the conclusion that, well, God just isn't sovereign, and I guess this is just what happens because he gives to people free will. That's not their solution. Remember what Naomi says? Call me Mara, for the Lord has dealt bitterly with me. Job could have solved his conundrum. The whole book of Job was about why do these terrible things happen to Job when he is the only righteous, the most righteous man on all the earth, and his so-called friends say just curse God and die, or they say just admit your fault. You're at fault, Job. You did something bad. That's why bad things happen to you. Now, at no point in there does Job say, well, you know what? We just live in a random universe, and God just sort of lets things happen. He doesn't micromanage things. He never once reaches that conclusion. In fact, he says at the very beginning, though he slay me, yet I will trust in him. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In other words, David, like Naomi, like Job, always understand they are dealing with a sovereign God. Now you say, well, that can make the pain more difficult, and it can in an existential way, but it's supposed to mean you run to God, not from him. That you run to God and you say, God, you're doing something, and I don't know what it is, but you've made me to see hard things. You're in control of this, and I don't understand why I'm seeing such hard things. That's what David is praying.